Video 2. It should be the higher end Ryes.
So, which files we got?
Okay, so the next 3 that we're doing is Rossville Union, Pikesville, and Dad's Hat Straight Rye Whiskey.
Oh boy, this is the hard stuff, isn't it? What's the proof on these? Like
What are
120?
the proofs?
118?
This is 100, so the same as the last 3. 110.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's 5% more alcohol than the last 3, and this one's 61%. So it's 121 proof. 121.8 proof. You want to know exactly?
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's specific.
Better clench that bubble.
These guys are serious.
Can you do it by 0.8 or?
Yeah, that's what they did. They did 0.9 and 0.8 for the doubling. So 121.8 versus 60.9. What have you done?
No, sounds like
these are all
going to. Sounds like these are all going to evaporate my esophagus and stomach. So I'm not sure.
Ulcers and lactose intolerant, by the way. So we're just throwing everything at you tonight.
Sounds like Rick's mom's gonna have to clean some streaks out of them bitches tomorrow.
Good chance.
All right, let's check out A. I'm gonna call this D, E, and F.
And also,
But A, B, C.
Pikesville is from the same people that do Rittenhouse. They said it's like just a beefed up version.
Well,
Which
aroma is like, oh, you can already tell it's like richer.
Which smells kind of like Rittenhouse a little bit.
Some caramel and ooh, a little bit of like
smelling rye whiskey and
like a little honey, maybe like a little bit of eyes on your own paper, ladies and gentlemen.
F. I guess I didn't study hard.
There's some aroma that I can't remember what this reminds me of, but it's I do like how it smells. Anyway,
gonna want finish.
Ooh, I like this one. This is like a good combination of everything.
Really sweet, kind of like for a whiskey. It's like almost like juicy. It's like
not too much spice, but a little bit there.
Yeah, there's definitely some spice, but it's not overwhelming.
Tip of my tongue's going.
I love how that warms. Like just a gradual increase of like it swirls around your tongue and just gets sweeter and spicier.
I'm already liking that better than the other 3 that we had.
I would say this is already ahead of the other 3, or at least it's close maybe with the one I like the most. But I'd say it's probably in the lead compared to those. Water time. Look at this hard ass mother over here, just going straight in.
He's always been a Dolphins fan, by the way. This isn't just some bandwagon.
It's okay. It's year 2020. I'm proud to announce that for once. All right.
I love the smell of this. What does it smell exactly? Kind of like
I smell
fresh mint, kind of.
I smell some tobacco, like definitely maybe cigar, but in a good way.
It's like
ooh,
menthol. You put with this.
Does anyone else smell that? Like that's for sure there.
Like I'm in a field in Kentucky, a tobacco field.
Yeah. It's gonna
Gotta
die of
Gotta get
alcohol
every-
inhalation.
I'm really
a
enjoying
little
the smell of that.
Too much.
Yeah, this is a man's bourbon right here. This one, this is the most unique, but absolutely the most distinct aroma of all 5 we've had so far.
Ooh.
Now let's see how it tastes.
Complicated.
There's a little tobacco in the flavor too. Boy, that's layered. It's like there's like many stages I have to analyze.
It really grows as it kind of like the first one, but even more so.
Yeah.
Kind of builds up, and then you get another layer of flavors, and then you get something else.
Yeah, it's like pyramidal, and it's like at the top. It's like sweet at first, then there's that little bit of tobacco. Then
Menthol-y.
yeah, and then at the bottom there's that alcohol splash. But each step there's at least multiple flavors.
Definitely not. The first one was definitely, I think, sweeter than this.
Yeah,
one, for sure.
that one's more sweet. This is more complex and a little strained from the sweets range.
Sounds good. I'm surprised Ricky's not dead.
The night is young.
Next
I like
video
that
will be
one.
Ricky
Yeah,
face
it's
down on the
different.
carpet. Alright, no.
Yeah, this one's definitely not for beginners, I would say though. Okay.
Water.
Water. Thank you.
Pussy shit.
Sorry, we just need the element of life.
I mean,
It's in all these drinks. Silly man.
It's a decreasing fraction of the composition as we go. We're smelling marker fumes over there.
Not getting as much off of this one.
You get a little tobacco again, but it's definitely fainter. This is overall less aromatic. Sweet undercurrent, but yeah, it's not as complex, or I don't know, it's a lot more subtle, I guess.
This one tastes kind of similar to the, I think, if I'm remembering correctly from 5 minutes ago. Kind of reminiscent of the James E. Pepper a little bit, but maybe not quite as complex to me.
Woo!
It's not bad. And if it's the one I think it is, it's
hit my throat hard.
definitely less
Than
than
the
the
other
other
one.
two, price-wise. But
Oh,
definitely have
Yeah, this is like
easy ranking for this one.
this one's not. I don't think this one competes with the other two. The aroma isn't far, but the flavor is definitely left. These are all higher end. These are all good, but just like compared to the other two that with which it's competing.
would you say
right now.
this one is probably the
I'm guessing
60%?
Rossville, Dad's Hat, Pikesville. Meaning Pikesville for A, Dad's Hat for B,
Definitely.
and Rossville for
So I
C.
said the first A definitely had that kind of flavor of Rittenhouse. Just wasn't getting like strictly just the rye bread at the end. There's a lot more going on.
So you agree that A is Pikesville and then B is Dad's Hat? Yeah.
Mhm.
C is Rossville. Would be my guess. Watch us look this up and like D was Rossville. Like, oh my gosh.
With the A being, or well, I guess now D being as sweet as I thought it would have been Rossville, because it has a sweet label on it.
Which
I guess I
one?
don't
B?
know. The Rossville has that like label on it that says sweet on it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay. And so you would have thought that would make it what?
D.
D?
'Cause it was sweeter than.
That's interesting.
You can see.
No, he meant. Well, Rick and I are calling these D, E, and F instead of A, B, and C again.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm gonna.
I think mine's gonna be in order because I don't care for the really spicy, peppery ones.
Like, yeah, like, I know Cody likes.
I know,
the one I'm thinking is that.
'cause I'm a-
I know Cody loves it, but I wouldn't say I love it as much. It's definitely more. It's like that's for someone who's an experienced drinker, and you need to be like, you need to appreciate it more. But it's less accessible for beginners.
For
and
the comfort ones.
Yeah, the sweet ones, the ones that are mellow. Yeah. That's not that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and give E number one.
I'm gonna go back through the foot. Come on, you go back in reverse. They can change.
You do that. I'm out of water. Oh, water.
How much was Rossville price-wise?
I want to say 55, but I can't remember.
I think somebody punched you in the asshole.
Ooh.
On that one. I think somebody punched you in the asshole.
Ooh.
I think somebody punched you in the asshole.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
On that one.
Going back through it backwards, I would, now B is, I think I agree that, or B/E is the one I like most.
Yeah.
Because this one doesn't taste as good on the second try.
I like feeling it. It's a burning boy.
Could you get me some too?
That one definitely has a really long finish too. Still tasting it.
Thank you. Make me a sandwich.
It's like me just blocking my camera. For sure.
It's a little spicy. Alright.
Are we ready?
Can't do it. Ooh, I really smell like butterscotch.
Which one?
In the D one.
The first one? The first one at first seemed sweeter to me, and when I went back through it, my opinion has changed on it, but it's still probably the sweetest.
Not mine. Definitely still my favorite. I don't like the harsh ones. But what are they trying to do to me?
He's out for the count. Okay.
It's too early.
I'm going to reveal. All right. A is Pikesville. B is Dad's Hat. C is Rossville. Exactly as we guessed.
We got it, guys.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't know if it's
exactly as you thought.
I'm not a rye drinker, but I don't know if I'd want to pay $80 for it, but it's definitely, I think, a level above.
Yeah.
I think Pikesville's kind of, I mean, again, I haven't tried that many to know kind of the market, but it seems to me like that would be kind of like your pretty good go-to for something like every now and again, kind of like your Friday night drinker, where it's like an everyday, because it's like $45. But like, you know, you're like, I don't want to just drink the Old Forester Rye, something a little nicer tonight. That's pretty good. It reminds me of like a rare breed for me for both $45. They're both like, for the money, seems like.
Yeah, it's a very good value. I mean, for the three tiers of like, let's say $20 to $40, 40 to 60, and 60 and above, like probably if you stay under $60, probably Pikesville, right?
Yeah.
And if you go above 60, this is, I mean, we haven't tried any others above 60 so far for Ryes, but this is, I mean, this is definitely the best, though, at least it's Cody in my opinion, but it's definitely going to challenge you. It's a more abrasive than the others. You have to train yourself into Ryes before this might be something you'll enjoy. That's good. Oh, so one other caveat we should mention is that these two, for us, are almost impossible to find. I had to literally go to California to buy these, the Pikesville and Dad's Hat. The other four were fairly readily available. I don't remember where I got 1776.
Expensive bottle.
I got that in Ohio. So these are regionally accessible for Midwesterners, but these two, I don't know. You'd have to go to a specialty store that's like really worth its clout.
You'd be able to find. I mean, I don't who knows how it works, but you'd think you'd be able to find Dad's hat since it's Pennsylvania.
I know. It's really not that, like, I'm sure it's not like, okay, where I live is the problem. It's probably that there aren't big enough specialty stores that are, like, well known enough to get this. I guess. I don't know, because I've checked, like, 6 stores. I couldn't find this. I couldn't find that either, Pikesville.
Just, I don't know much about it, but it seems like really popular amongst everybody for rye.
Pikesville?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it is. I don't know. I couldn't find any. Okay. Any more final thoughts? How you doing, Ricky?
I'm doing okay. I just wish you guys would stop repeating everything I said in describing these beautiful rides. You know?
Okay. It's another round of grab bag. I haven't thought of a name or anything for any of these skits, so whatever it is hopefully here or something. Which video games do you wish you had spent more time with? There it is. All right, I'm gonna jump for you until you come up with a definite answer. Harvest Moon 64. I missed that game a little bit. It was kind of like really repetitive after a while. It's just a farming simulator, and there wasn't really a point to it, and it became monotonous at some point in the game. But it was peaceful and relaxing, and I probably should play something like, what's the one?
Stardew?
Pixel art. Stardew Valley. That's it. Yeah, I should play a game like that because I kind of missed a game like that. So.
For me, actually, the Red Dead Redemption 2, just because the game is so huge and there's so much to do, and I felt like I did quite a bit before I beat it, but then I read up on all the things that are in the game that I missed out on, just like side quests and stuff. Apparently, I went too far in the story, and all this, a lot of side quests I could have done like disappeared. So I wish I just maybe taken my time a bit more with that game. I guess I thought like maybe you could still do them after you're done with the main story, and you couldn't. So yeah.
Okay. Good.
I guess I would just say Witcher 3 because I haven't played it yet. I found it for like a year. I guess. I mean, I can't think of a game that I've actually played, but I wish I had played more.
You didn't have like a game that you didn't finish, or a game that you like had to sell or trade away before you were really done with it.
Been thinking of Star Ocean 2 a lot. But I feel
It's
like
a matter of time before Cody brings up Star Ocean 2.
played that plenty.
Okay.
Nothing really like.
No
Not
game
the
that's like.
spirit of the question. Nothing really.
Okay.
You guys ready to do the bourbon one now?
Yeah. He wanted to do the bourbon one. I'm like, Cody, I didn't even bring the bourbon. So we're not doing 6 ryes and then bourbons. 2.
I can't do it. I'm already feeling good.
Well, I did it again, huh? This is what
I'm
happens.
getting better though. I'm not at the bottom of the heap like I used to be in the weed days.
Oh, we got Buddha poopies now. You get the Buddha poopies now.